వెల్కమ్ టు లెట్స్ టాక్. నా పేరు నితీష్. ఇవాల్టి మన గెస్ట్ సుశీల్ జైన్. ఆయన ఎవరు అనుకుంటున్నారా? ఆల్మోస్ట్ 23 years ఆఫ్ ఎన్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్. అపార్ట్ ఫ్రమ్ దట్ 15 years ఆఫ్ హీస్ వర్కింగ్ యాజ్ ఎ ట్రైనర్. ఎందులో అనుకుంటున్నారా? యోగాలో అనమాట. సో ఇవాళ మనం యోగా కోసం, ఇంకా ఆయన జర్నీ విత్ యోగా, అపార్ట్ ఫ్రమ్ దట్ మనం కూడా ఏం తెలుసుకోవచ్చు అన్న విషయాలు కూడా ఒకసారి తెలుసుకుందాము. హాయ్ సుశీల్, వెల్కమ్ టు మై పాడ్కాస్ట్. హౌ ఆర్ యూ డూయింగ్?
Thank you, Nitish. I'm very good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. And in fact, thank you so much for accepting my request and coming to the place over here.
It's my pleasure. I always was running from podcasts, but this is my first podcast, I would say.
I know. In fact, it took quite a lot of a time for me to convince you that, nee, it's okay, you'll be comfort, don't worry about it and all. And coming to that, how was it celebrating the International Yoga Day? Was it very hectic for you? How was the things?
Yes, of course. Yoga day is always hectic for yoga teachers. After that, we need a break.
There will be too many calls.
Too many calls, too many events, too many things on social media, which takes up a lot of energy. But then we are happy that it is happening because people have more awareness about yoga and health.
कभी कभी लगता है कि एक इंसान से कितना तक हो सकता है घर के, राइट?
हाँ, लगता है कभी कभी बहुत सारे कॉल्स आते हैं, इधर भी जाना उधर भी जाना, सबको एक ही टाइम पे चाहिए. तो मे बी दे शुड हैव अ योगा वीक.
Yeah, exactly. That will actually be better. Eventually, it's been happening almost since 6 years, if I'm not mistaken. 6-7 years,
Yes.
Yoga Day is happening. A recognition. See, yoga is definitely recognized from age-old days, undoubtedly. But in international level, what these people are doing, certain kind of an awareness among the nationwide and international wide. As a yoga practitioner and as a yoga trainer, so how does that feel to you?
So the awareness about yoga has definitely increased a lot, not just in India but around the world. Because most of the students who come to train under me are from Europe or other countries.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I also visit places like Bali, Europe, Vietnam to train the people over there.
Train the trainer?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Okay.
Yeah, I've been doing that since last 8-9 years.
Okay.
Yes, and not just this International Yoga Day, but also I think there are a lot of people who have promoted, like Sadhguru, Baba Ramdev, they have been promoting. Of course, some of the things which they mention are not so true. Like somebody will say that you do Kapalbhati and you lose your weight. It's not as simple as that, and yoga is much beyond than your physical body. And people are realizing, especially people from the West, outside India, they are also interested in yoga philosophy about Bhagavad Gita, Patanjali Yoga Sutras, chakra system, prana system, all these things. They want to delve deeper into this.
Okay. So if I come back to your lifestyle and all, I'm sure it might have taken some time for you to choose yoga and all that stuff. So before coming to that, I just wanted to understand, like, your education wise, where all it happened. Where are you from basically?
So I am from Rajasthan,
Okay.
but I grew up in Hyderabad. I
Okay.
moved when I was 3 years old. నాకు తెలుగు కూడా వచ్చు.
హే, అవునా? వండర్ఫుల్. అయితే మనం ఇంకేముంది, కొంచెం తెలుగులో కూడా చేసేద్దాము
తెలుగులో
పాడ్కాస్ట్,
కూడా
రైట్?
మాట్లాడొచ్చు.
గ్రేట్. సో స్కూలింగ్ అంతా ఎక్కడ జరిగింది?
స్కూలింగ్ హైదరాబాద్లో.
హైదరాబాద్లో.
హైదరాబాద్,
ఓకే.
హిమాయత్ నగర్.
ఓకే. సిన్సియర్ స్టూడెంటా?
Sincere student, very dedicated, very committed student, and I never thought that I will become a yoga teacher one day. I had goals, very ambitious career-wise, to always be on the top and always stand out and be a good student. But then life has different plans.
Exactly.
That is what life is.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ. సో మామూలుగా ఒకవేళ స్కూల్ కాలేజ్లో ఉంటున్నప్పుడు, ఓకే, సుశీల్ ఏమవుదామని అనుకుంటూ ఉండే?
Confusion. డాక్టర్ అవ్వాలా? I was sure ఇంజనీర్ అయితే వద్దు నాకు.
ఇంజనీర్ అయితే వద్దు, ఆ క్లారిటీ అయితే ఉంది.
ఇంజనీర్ అయితే వద్దు.
ఓకే.
యా, డాక్టర్ లేకపోతే కామర్స్ తీసుకోవాలి, బికాస్ నేను బిజినెస్ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ నుంచి వస్తున్నా, ఫ్యామిలీ బిజినెస్ మార్వాడి. సో ఐ థాట్ కామర్స్, బిజినెస్, ఆర్ ఐ వాజ్ వెరీ మచ్ ఇంట్రెస్టెడ్ ఇన్ helping people, and I thought maybe doctor is something which is good. But then I was quite scared of blood and cutting open things.
అవునా? ఓకే.
So I thought maybe that is not my cup of tea. But then eventually you see I'm in a way helping people to get better
In
and
a way,
become
it is a kind
healthier.
of a healing process అని కూడా మనం అనుకోవచ్చు కదా,
Yes,
రైట్?
yes.
సో when it is coming to yoga, right? అసలు when did you come, in interaction with yoga? నేను in interaction with yoga అని ఎందుకు అంటున్నానంటే, ఇన్ఫ్యాక్ట్ ఈవెన్ యోగా ఈజ్ ఆల్సో కైండ్ ఆఫ్ ఎ లైఫ్. A life is interacting with a life and a concept. That's what I believe in. So when did you come in interaction with yoga, and how were you blessed with that?
So, if we talk about physical yoga, I came in interaction with that because I had a lot of diseases when I was younger. I was constantly falling ill. I had breathing issues. I had a lung surgery. I had tuberculosis. A lot of things because I was not eating healthy, and I was a spoiled child. Though I was a very good person, a good child who was always calm, but then the habits were not so good. I would eat a lot of sugar, no vegetables, no fruits, no healthy eating. So it also took a lot of toll on my health. And then I realized that I need to fix my life and adapt healthy lifestyle. And yoga meditation was one of those. So when I was around 16, then I changed my lifestyle.
ఓకే. బేసికలీ మార్వాడి ఫ్యామిలీ అంటే ఇంట్లో చాలా నమ్కీన్లు, స్వీట్స్ అవన్నీ కూడా చాలా ఎక్కువ చేస్తూ ఉంటారు కదా.
అవునవును.
సో అంటే ఘర్కే ఖానా కాకుండాను, లేకపోతే ఎక్కువ బయట తింటూ ఉండేవారా? లైక్ ఎలాగా? ఘర్కా ఖానావే.
Yes.
సో ఘర్కా ఖానా తింటూనే హెల్త్ ఇష్యూస్.
Yes, my breakfast was chai khakra. Chai with 2 or 3 spoons of sugar. Sweet chai with
Okay.
khakra.
ఓకే.
My dinner was also same, or ghee khakra and all these things. No vegetables or fruits.
సో ఫ్రీక్వెంట్లీ మీరు డాక్టర్స్ని విజిట్ చేస్తూ యూ యూస్ టు గెట్ యువర్ సెల్ఫ్ క్యూర్డ్, ఎలా జరుగుతూ ఉండేది? అంటే వెన్ యూ వర్ ఫేసింగ్ దిస్ హెల్త్ కాంప్లికేషన్స్ అన్నది, సో వాట్ వాజ్ హ్యాపెనింగ్ విత్ యూ? ట్రీట్మెంట్ అవుతూ ఉండేదా? యూస్ టు రెస్పాండ్ టు ఇట్? వాట్ యూస్ టు హ్యాపెన్ విత్ యూ?
So I was physically I was very lean. If you see my pictures when I was
ఈవెన్
young.
ఇప్పుడు కూడా యు ఆర్ లీన్.
No, now I still have some muscle and some flesh.
ఉంది డెఫినెట్లీ.
Otherwise, when I was teenager, I was tall, 6
Right.
feet, and then I would be like, you have clothes hanging on the hanger.
రైట్, యా.
So that was one of the reason to put on weight, and I would fall sick often because change of weather. And then I had breathing issues since childhood. I never understood. Even the doctors did not understand. And then once I had something called as pneumothorax, which is a lung puncture.
My God.
The lung has a hole, and then the air is spreading out to other places and other organs, and you can't breathe. It is painful to breathe. It had happened twice. First, I went to a normal doctor. He said it's gas. You had some idli or dosa. And then after a few days, it subsided. But the next time it happened, it was very severe. So my parents were worried, and they took me to a big hospital. And then they said, you need to be operated immediately to resolve this issue.
అంటే ఇది బియాండ్ ఆస్థమాటిక్ కండిషన్స్ అవుతుందా?
No,
లైక్
there was no asthma.
అసలు ఆస్థమా అన్నదే ఉండదు దీంట్లో.
No.
ఓకే.
No.
దిస్ ఆల్ టుగెదర్ ఎ డిఫరెంట్ బాల్ గేమ్ దెన్.
Yes.
ఓకే. ఏమవుతుంది ఇన్ దట్ ప్రాసెస్? అంటే గాలి పీల్చుకోవటం కష్టం అవుతుందా?
There's no reason why it happens. So there's a hole in the lung, and then the breath you breathe in, and it's going somewhere else. And then it's very difficult to breathe. Like now I'm breathing. In that situation, you breathe, it's very painful.
ఓకే.
You can't breathe. It's like you're having a heart attack constantly for a few hours.
ఓకే.
Yes.
హౌ ఓల్డ్ వర్ యు దెన్?
I was 16, 17.
ఓకే, ఇన్ యువర్ టీనేజ్.
Yes,
ఓకే.
teenager. And I
Okay.
was transitioning from intermediate to degree. And then I had 1 year of, not a break, I was still studying, but then I was planning to become a chartered accountant. I had to stop my classes, and then I chose to do BCom and then maybe MBA. And then when I enrolled for MBA, I got tuberculosis. That also happened because my other siblings got tuberculosis also. That can be one of the reason.
ఓకే.
And
వర్
then,
దే క్యూర్డ్?
yes.
Okay.
So once upon a time, tuberculosis was a deadly disease. But then later there's cure. So you have to take a medication for 6 months. That medication causes a lot of issues in the body. It increases the heat, you have acidity, you become weak. It's like these medications are fighting the cells, the bad cells. In the process, your good cells are also impacted.
ఓకే.
So yoga and meditation and healthy eating helped me a lot. So that time I gave up all the unhealthy stuff which I was eating. And then wherever you go, you say, okay, I don't eat this, I don't eat this. And people say you're always on diet. But then I know the journey why I've chosen this. It's a difficult path, but it made me a healthy person.
సో టెక్నికల్లీ ఇప్పుడు ఇదంతా జరిగింది ఇట్స్ ఆల్ బికాస్ ఆఫ్ ద ఫుడ్ అన్న రియలైజేషన్ కానీ ఎప్పుడు వచ్చింది? వెన్ డిడ్ యూ రియలీ అండర్స్టాండ్ ఆల్ దిస్ కాన్సెప్ట్?
I understood the first realization was the lung thing when it happened. It might not be directly coming from the food or lifestyle, but now when I look back, it is also coming from a lot of holding back.
Okay.
As a child, I would hold back things. People would tell me something, but I would not react. I would keep it within me. So that also causes issues with the lung.
ఓకే.
Yes, when you have holding a lot of pain inside you, it comes out in some disease.
ఓకే.
So yoga has taught me to let out things.
But how is it correlated with the food and holding back
No.
even?
Yeah, so the lung thing was not related to food, but somewhere eating healthy food helps you become healthy, put on weight, healthy weight.
So ఇంతకు ముందు previously when you were unhealthy and you were frequently visiting doctors and all, that was because of the food.
Yes.
But later on whatever the consequences happened, that is because of another reason.
Yeah.
So ఇవన్నీ కలుపుకొని then that's when you met yoga and or someone related to yoga. How did that?
Yeah, so that was around when I was 20, 21 when I had tuberculosis, and then changing the food habits helped me to heal better.
Did anyone told you at that point of a time?
Of course, the doctor told me that you need to eat more vegetables because that will cool down the body. Because the medicines, I would take like 8 to 10 medicines in a day, which create a lot of heat in the body, and then you have acidity, you get dehydrated, you lose weight. So eating more fresh food, vegetables, which I was not eating for a long time.
Okay.
And yoga practices, the asana practice, pranayama practice, breathing practices, they helped me a lot.
And was there any teacher at that point of a time for you? Like how did you come in relation with yoga?
So my first teacher was, you can say, Baba Ramdev. So he would have his classes on the television.
Yes.
So I just happened to watch that because one of my auntie would watch and practice. So I just practiced, and I found it interesting that you can go upside down and then you do forward bend, you do back bend. But then later I enrolled for a course in Ramakrishna Math.
Okay.
It's a famous Swami Vivekananda Institute in Hyderabad and a lot of other places.
In the lower tank bund, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I did a formal course of yoga when I was studying MBA in University of Hyderabad. They have a yoga school there. There I've enrolled, and to my surprise, in that course, most of them were foreigners, because a lot of foreigners were in that university to do other courses. And they wanted to learn yoga also because that was not easily available in their country. And Indians, it's easily available. So that is a thing with human beings. When you get something easily
available,
you take it for granted.
Yeah, exactly. And which university was this?
University of Hyderabad, Central University.
Oh, Central University.
You must have heard a lot about that.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, Central University.
The breathing space of Hyderabad. I loved being there because so many lakes, so many trees, greenery. It's like you're in a different place altogether. You're still in Hyderabad.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, that university, we can really say it is like a blessing for many students, we can say, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's when you have taken this yoga over there? How did you
I did a certificate course. They had a 6 months certificate course. You have to go every day for 1 hour, sometimes 2 hours. They would teach you yoga asanas, pranayama. They would teach you anatomy, philosophy. At the end, you have an exam, and you have to have 75% to get the certificate.
And in this process, oka agenda ఏమైనా ఉంటుందంటే when you are taking yoga as a certification, అంటే somewhere you felt you are being healed by doing these exercises or whatever the yoga asanas and all that. ఈవెన్చువల్లీ దాని ఒక సర్టిఫికేషన్ తీసుకుని మళ్ళీ ఇంకా కొంచెం యోగాలో ఇంకా డీప్ డైవ్ చేయాలి అని అనిపించడానికి దానికంటూ ఏమైనా లైక్ ఏమైనా థాట్ ప్రాసెస్ ఏమైనా ఉందా దాని బిహైండ్?
సో నేను ఆ కోర్స్ ఎందుకు చేశానంటే ఐ థాట్ ఐ వాంట్ టు గెట్ డీపర్ ఇన్ టు ద ప్రాక్టీస్ ఆఫ్ యోగా. ఐ వాంట్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్ ద సైన్స్ బిహైండ్ యోగా. అందుకోసం ఆ కోర్స్ తీసుకున్నాను. నాట్ ఫర్ బికమింగ్ అ యోగా టీచర్.
ఓకే.
Yes. So I just wanted to deepen my knowledge. But then at that point of time, I never thought I will become a yoga teacher because I had different dreams to become a CEO, to become
రైట్.
a
సో
so and so.
అప్పటికి అంటే నేను అదే ఇంకా అడుగుదాం అనుకున్నాను. అంటే బీయింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ ఎ బిజినెస్ ఫ్యామిలీ, వెన్ యు ఆర్ ఆప్టింగ్ యోగా కోర్సులు సర్టిఫికేషన్లో అంటే సర్టన్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ రిజెక్షనో లేకపోతే అప్రిహెన్షన్స్ ఫ్రమ్ ద ఫ్యామిలీ డెఫినెట్గా వస్తాయి. అరే క్యా కర్నే బేటే జీ అనేసని
వస్తాయి,
కదా.
Yes.
సో సో దట్స్ ద రీజన్ ప్రాబబ్లీ యూ మైట్ హ్యావ్ నాట్ ప్రాపర్లీ డిక్లేర్డ్ దట్ యు నో యూ విల్ బీ ఏ యోగా full time, it will be your passion or profession and by the time, have you declared at your home by the time?
So I was good at practicing yoga. I was doing good. And maybe somewhere is coming from my mom also. She is flexible. She doesn't practice asana, but she is flexible.
Okay.
So I was also flexible. But then in 2008 when I did this course, అప్పుడు అనుకోలేదు యోగా అని కెరియర్ కూడా
ఉంటది అని.
Yes,
Exactly.
you can make a living out of yoga. At that point of time I was very ambitious. I was like, I'm doing MBA. I have some time in the morning. Yoga course కూడా చేసుకుంటా. German language course కూడా enroll చేసా after the classes of MBA.
Okay.
After 5 o'clock. So I was very ambitious. ఇది కూడా చేస్తా, అది కూడా చేస్తా. But yoga stayed with me. After we got the certificate, there's somebody who came because గచ్చిబౌలి కదా అప్పుడు చుట్టుపక్కన కొన్ని కంపెనీస్ ఉండేది, మైక్రోసాఫ్ట్, ఇన్ఫోసిస్. So one person came, he said, we need a yoga teacher 1 hour every day, evening 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and we'll give you 5,000 per month. So I said, why not? Try చేద్దాం. I was scared. నాకు అప్పుడు పబ్లిక్ స్పీకింగ్ అంటే చాలా భయం. So I went there, 30-40 people were there, Infosys, and then they liked my class. And I was in my final semester
of MBA. Right.
2 months చెప్పాను.
అప్పటికి సర్టిఫికేషన్
వచ్చేసింది.
గుడ్.
పాకెట్ మనీ వచ్చింది అది
ఓకే
చెప్పి. దాని తర్వాత when I was leaving, I told that this is my last class. After this, I got a job. I got job in Andhra Bank, government job, dream job. I said I'm leaving teaching yoga because I will have to move out of Hyderabad for my job. Then they all became little emotional. They said, we loved the way you were teaching. It's not what you were teaching, but how you were teaching and you as a person. Because they said, you live yoga, you're not just teaching yoga.
Right.
So that stayed with me for a long time. There was 1 or 2 students who even cried when I was leaving. And that time I didn't realize that why are they crying. I was too young. I was 21, 22. But then later when I moved full time into yoga, that is one thing which motivated me or which pulled me to become a full-time yoga
What
teacher.
happened to that Andhra Bank job?
Andhra Bank job I left in 6 months because
Oh, you went and you left.
I left.
Reason behind?
The reason was I didn't enjoy my job. And also coming from Marwadi family, we are used to taking risk.
Okay.
And also I think it's difficult for us to work under somebody. And when you're in the bank, there's a lot of hierarchy. Your superiors will make you work and will give you things which are not assigned to you, like bringing something for them to eat or to drink, or asking you to stay back late just because they are staying back and you don't have any other work. Your work is done, but they want you to stay. All these things I didn't like. Just because they are not happy, they want you to suffer with them.
And what was the gut feeling happening at that point of time? ఒక గవర్నమెంట్ జాబ్ వదిలేసి జాబ్లెస్గా నేను బయటకు వచ్చి నేను ఏం చేస్తాను? దట్ క్వశ్చన్ ఎనీవన్ విల్ హ్యావ్, దో యు ఆర్ దట్ యంగ్, బట్ స్టిల్ వాట్ నెక్స్ట్ అన్న థాట్ ప్రాసెస్ మనకు ఉంటుంది కదా. సో ఇన్ దట్ ప్రాసెస్ వాట్ వాజ్ రన్నింగ్ ఇన్ యువర్ మైండ్కి? అరే గవర్నమెంట్ జాబ్ అండ్ దట్ టు బ్యాంక్ జాబ్, పీపుల్ విల్ డై ఫర్ ఎ బ్యాంక్ జాబ్.
I know, right? And I was selected in as a scale 2 officer directly.
Oh my God.
Otherwise you'll have to work for a few years after getting selected as a PO to get into that scale.
Right.
I was a deputy manager at 22.
Okay. You were in the role of a deputy manager.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yes. So, what was working that time is even before I started working or started studying my college, I was helping my father in his business.
Okay.
So I knew how to make money.
Okay.
Yes. So we are doing all this job because we want to earn money,
Right.
security. And
Right.
security, this thing, since childhood, I was taught how to save money, how to make money. So that is there in the blood. So now you're not worried that you leave this job and you will be on the road or how will you make money? Because I had a family business. If nothing works out, I'll go there and join them. I'll make more money than what I make in bank. Money was never an issue. What issue was I was always wanted to do what is fulfilling.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so then it was a yoga was your next choice when you just came out of it?
No, that
No.
was not so easy. I so after leaving Andhra Bank, government job, I joined my father's business as a sabbatical until I find another job which I like. Then I got jobs in private companies, Deloitte and all that. But then I wanted something different, so I joined an NGO
Mm-hmm.
in Bangalore. I worked there. And then I had to come back because my grandmother was sick and she was very attached to me. So I moved back and then I joined Wipro.
Okay.
And then I worked there and then I felt stagnant there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I moved to a startup. But then the startup was not doing so well. I moved back to my father's business and then I moved to Amazon. Amazon is the longest where I worked. And it was fun because the work culture was good. But then as I was progressing in my career path, the burden was increasing.
So eventually, in this process of the conversation, you took many fascinating names. It could be Wipro, it could be Amazon, it could be Andhra Bank, etc., etc., etc. You know, people would love to stick over the material of whatever is what. But end of the day, there is something which is really pulling you and telling you, no, this is not me, this is not me.
Yeah.
It's okay, now you won it and you're in the process of a trainer and you're a successful trainer. That's okay, now we can say that. But eventually, does everyone have to listen to their gut feeling, whatever they say, this is not my kind of a job? Do you think everyone has to take this kind of a risk?
So I would, so everybody has a different lifestyle, everybody has a different background, and everybody has a different journey. I would not say that you should have the same journey as mine. For me, what was easy because of my family background and my upbringing, where we were taught to take risks in life, especially in terms of career. So, if you are coming from a family which are into government job, or which are into a private job, and for you, you don't have much financial support and you don't have the risk taking ability, it will be difficult for you. So maybe in that case, you take a safe transition. Maybe you save some money so that you can still earn, still survive, even if you are taking a break, and then you do it. Because I see a lot of people now you see that everybody is doing a yoga course. Everybody thinks that you do a yoga course and you will have a dream job, you travel the world, you will be in the Himalayas, you'll be in Goa, teaching, traveling, making a lot of money. But that doesn't happen. In reality, that doesn't happen. You do your course and then you go out in the market and you see there's a lot of competition. When I started, the competition was less. There was not much support. My family did not support me. In a way, a little support was there, but then they were not happy with me being a yoga teacher because how much will you earn? Especially when I began, sometimes you have students, sometimes you don't have students.
Yeah, right.
Yes,
Right.
yeah, it's not always a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And probably it's always majority of the time in the mornings and in the evenings. Probably you might have two schedules in a day.
Yeah.
That's how it is. And the promptness of the people, the students, what we can say, we never can promise it because we never know who's going to be here and tomorrow, who's going to fly off and
Yeah.
tata bye bye master ji.
Yes, yes.
All these kind of things used to happen at that point of a time,
Yeah.
right? So how did you manage that? I mean,
So,
that was a very crucial period.
yeah.
And how did you manage it?
So I'll be very blunt. So yoga is a service.
Right.
You don't see the results immediately.
Right.
If you're eating pani puri, you eat, you like it or you don't like it. You like it, you'll pay the money. Even if you don't like, you'll pay the
We
money.
have to pay the money.
Yeah.
Definitely, yes.
So if I had opened a pani puri ka thela or a idli bandi, I would have made more money. But then money was, like I said, money was not the driving factor. So I knew that I'll have to be patient. I'll have to be I'll have to work hard. I'll have to slog in the beginning, whether there's one person turning up, whether there are 10 people turning up to my classes. I will have to stay there with resilience and with commitment. I
Okay.
did that. Initially, I worked hard. And most of my work was coming from the new side of the city, Gachibowli, high tech city. And I was staying 20 kilometers, 25 kilometers away from there. I would travel to that side 2 times in a day on my scooter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so almost covering 100 kilometers.
Oh, then we never had this kind of a transportation where the metros and all were also not there, right? It was.
Yeah,
Oh
they
my
were
God.
they
Okay.
were
Yeah.
not there. There was no Ola, there was no Uber.
Right. Right. Exactly. Okay.
And the auto fellows will charge a bomb to go
Oh, yeah,
there
yeah,
and
yeah.
come back.
Yeah.
And how
Right.
much ever you earn, you will spend in the transport.
Okay.
Yeah, so I did that for 1 year. Before that, I started as a part-time thing where I was teaching on the weekends. Weekdays, I was working with Amazon. Weekends, I was conducting classes. And so I did this weekends, and then once people started coming to me, I quit my job and I got into full-time around 2016. And then I was traveling a lot in the city, and you know the traffic, the noise. Somewhere building up my career, I was not practicing enough because you don't get time, you get tired. And also, it was taking a toll on my health. And then I moved out of Hyderabad.
Okay.
I was looking for jobs outside of Hyderabad and also outside of India. There was a lot of demand for Indian teachers in Asian countries like China, Indonesia, Jakarta,
With respect to yoga.
Vietnam, with respect to yoga.
Okay.
And if you're a flexible yoga teacher, you can easily land into a job there. And I also got a job there in Vietnam and Jakarta. But then I also got a job in Goa. I said I would rather stay in Goa, not go to another country. And then I moved to Goa, and then it shifted my career to a next level. I became a teacher's trainer.
Okay.
From a yoga teacher, I became a trainer's trainer.
People generally go to Goa, to just get chilled, right? And you went for altogether different reason అనమాట చెప్పాలనంటే గోవా వెళ్ళి యోగా ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయటం అని అంటే ఇట్స్ లైక్ వెరీ వెరీ స్ట్రేంజ్ థింగ్. ఈవెన్చువల్లీ ఇక్కడ నాకు ఒక క్వశ్చన్ ఏంటనంటే వెన్ ఇట్ వాస్ కమింగ్ టు యోగా, జనరల్గా యోగా చూస్ చేసుకుంటున్నప్పుడు వీ హ్యావ్ ఆల్ కైండ్స్ ఆఫ్ పీపుల్ బికాస్ దిస్ అ డెమోక్రటిక్ కంట్రీ. సో యూ హ్యావ్ వెజిటేరియన్స్, యూ హ్యావ్ నాన్ వెజిటేరియన్స్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్. అంటే బేసికల్లీ నన్ను నేను కొంచెం దూరంగా ఉంచుకోవాలన్నా, నేను కొంచెం భయపడాలన్నా ఒక విషయం ఏంటంటే, చాలామంది నేను చూసే వాళ్ళని పీపుల్ ఆర్ షిఫ్టింగ్ ఇన్ టు యోగా వన్ ఫైన్ డే దే విల్ కమ్ అప్ విత్ దే విల్ సే ఓకే నేను ఇవాళ ఇక్కడ నుంచి షుగర్ స్టాప్ చేస్తున్నాను అంటారు. ఆ తర్వాత మిల్క్ అంటారు, ఆ తర్వాత ఎగ్స్ అంటారు, నాన్ వెజ్ అంటారు, ఇంకా రకరకాలుగా. Do you really think people have to shift to this kind of a food culture if you are into practicing yoga? That's my question to you.
Yeah. So, as a yoga teacher, as a practitioner, I believe that you should not judge others and you don't preach, but you practice. You have a certain practice. You're a vegetarian or you're a kind person, all those things. You wake up early, you don't party, all those things. They come naturally to you. And also, I'm a born vegetarian, born in a Jain family. So
it was easy for you.
It was easy for me. So, but there are a lot of people I've seen, not just Indians, but people from Europe. For Indians, it's still easy. Europe, you see, they are basically meat eaters.
Yes.
But they transition, they become vegetarian, they become vegan. So, the principles of yoga, this one biggest principle is non-violence.
Okay.
So, non-violence is like for your own consumption, you don't harm others. So, if you believe in that, then vegetarian diet is the best for somebody who is following a yogic lifestyle. But if you are doing yoga just for your physical fitness, it's your choice. I would not tell that. But then if you on your own, you think that for you it is better to become a vegetarian, you're most welcome.
Okay.
But if you're not following that, I'm not going to judge you. For
And-
me, you're still same as somebody who's eating or not eating.
Okay. My question here is, okay, so I'm not trying to defend the things, but eventually there are certain kind of a conflicts which will happen in our mind itself, you know. When we take such an certain kind of an ancient martial arts and anything, you can always say they are also, you know, when you take their background or where they have evolved from, we can always say it is from yoga.
Yeah.
Many martial arts, right? So being non-violent and violent, it's altogether a different ball game. And I also understand the concept. Okay, when someone is actually coming, we need to. It's as a part of a self-defense. Probably, it's always a self-defense,
Yes.
not to harm someone, rather to protect ourselves,
Yes.
right? So when you are learning into these kind of a things, doesn't changing your food culture or the kind of the intake impact on the energy levels and your muscle level and your protein level, will that all compensate?
Mm. So one big question which I've been asked is, where do you get your protein from?
These
See,
days, protein.
So even if a person who is consuming animals, the animals are getting the protein from the grass or from the vegetables,
Okay.
from the greens, right?
Okay.
So you're removing that animal from the supply chain and then you're directly consuming those things.
Okay.
Of course, you will have to think if you are transitioning from a non-vegetarian to vegetarian, it's a journey. But there are various sources of vegetarian protein and
Plant-based.
plant-based. And I don't feel that it is I am being malnourished in any ways being a vegetarian. I am absolutely healthy now. I have more muscles than those who are eating meat. But I think muscles are also coming from when you're putting more load onto the muscles, whether you're doing yoga, whether you're doing strength training or working out in the gym. It's an individual choice, I would say. And if you are in yoga, they say that when you're consuming food, it has to be high prana. In non-vegetarian food, it is considered it's low in prana. When you're eating vegetables, fruits, they are high in prana. Yes.
Okay. So it is mandatory when you're practicing yoga, then high in prana food is the one you're supposed to take. Is that what you're telling
This
me?
is what yoga prescribes.
Okay.
But then when we talk about yoga, it's asana is just a part of yoga. So there are 8 steps of yoga. Asana is just one step. If you're practicing yoga asana, then it's your choice. But if you're on the path of liberation, then yoga says that you need to be a vegetarian.
ఓకే నో ఐ గాట్ ఇట్. అంటే ఎవరైనా ఆసనాలు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తున్నారని అంటే వాళ్ళు మామూలుగా వాళ్ళ దినచర్యలు కానీ లేకపోతే వాళ్ళ ఈటింగ్ హ్యాబిట్స్ కానీ దే కెన్ జస్ట్ మెయింటైన్ దట్. బట్ వేరస్ ఇఫ్ యూ ఆన్ ఎ హోల్ సోల్ యోగాని యునో ప్రాబబ్లీ ఒక ఎన్లైట్మెంట్ వైపు కానీ ఒక స్పిరిచువల్ లెవెల్లో కానీ తీసుకెళ్ళాలి అనుకుంటే లైక్ మైండ్ బాడీ అండ్ సోల్ లాగా తీసుకెళ్ళాలి అని అనుకుంటే దెన్ ఫుడ్ ఏం తీసుకుంటున్నాం అన్నది ఇట్ ఈస్ వెరీ ఇంపాక్ట్ఫుల్.
లేకపోతే కాన్ఫ్లిక్ట్ అవుతుంది.
ఓకే. ఓకే.
Yes. And also I have seen a lot of people, you don't force them, but eventually they're practicing yoga asana, also pranayama, meditation. Something inside them, they will say that I want to change my food habit. Not just vegetarian, non-vegetarian, but their habits become more healthy. They are more mindful in what they are eating. They are eating more fresh food. Even if they are eating vegetarian food, and vegetarian food also you can be unhealthy.
Right.
You can eat a lot of fried stuff and you can still be vegetarian, right?
Right.
But when you're practicing yoga, your body will reject that unhealthy food. It will know. It will become sensitive.
ఓకే. అండ్ ఐ బిలీవ్ యోగా కూడా ఫర్ ష్యూర్ వేదాస్ నుంచే మనకి ఆ ఇన్స్క్రిప్షన్స్ నుంచే మనకి ఎవరో ఒక రిషి దాన్ని బయటకి తీసి జనాలకి పంచిపెట్టి ఉంటారు. సో ఇస్ దర్ ఎనీ రిషి బిహైండ్ యునో స్ప్రెడింగ్ ద యోగా? ఆర్ దర్ ఎనీ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ విత్ రెస్పెక్ట్ టు దట్?
Yeah. So yoga has always been part of our Sanatana Dharma. And Shiva is believed to be the first yogi
ఓకే.
who promoted or who spread yoga to India or the world, because back then Bharatadesham was
అఖండ భారతదేశం.
Akhand Bharatadesham. But then later on, there was a rishi, sage Patanjali. You must have heard. Patanjali
Patanjali
brand
Maharshi.
కూడా ఉంది కదా ఇప్పుడు.
అవును. పతాంజలి. ఓ యా ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ. ఓకే ఓకే.
సో అది అక్కడి నుంచి వస్తుంది. పతాంజలి రిషి, he gave knowledge about yoga,
ఓకే.
Ayurveda also, ఇంకా సంస్కృత్ గ్రామర్.
ఓకే.
So he gave knowledge of language, yoga for the mind, and Ayurveda for the body. So he spoke about yoga and 8 limbs, Ashtanga.
And is he the same rishi who was into, like they say the first doctor who was into surgery and who has done
that is Sushruta. So you have Sushruta, Charaka
Okay.
Samhita.
ఓకే.
Yeah.
ఓకే. సో ఈయన పతంజలి మహర్షి హూ ఇస్ బేసికలీ ఇంటూ యోగా.
Yeah.
ఎస్. ఓకే.
Yes. So he wrote a book, Patanjali Yoga Sutra. దాంట్లో 196 సూత్రాస్ ఉన్నాయి.
196 యోగ సూత్రాలు.
సూత్రాలు చిన్న చిన్న సెంటెన్సెస్, బట్ దే హ్యావ్ అ వెరీ డీప్ మీనింగ్.
ఓకే.
సో లైక్ దే సే యోగస్య చిత్త వృత్తి నిరోధ, which means yoga is a tool to reduce the fluctuations of the mind. It is still applicable. If you see now, what is the biggest problem people have? అందరికి ఏం ప్రాబ్లం ఉంది?
ఓకే. విత్ రెస్పెక్ట్ టు
ఇప్పుడు ఫుడ్ ప్రాబ్లం అయితే లేదు. ఇఫ్ యూ సీ 100 years బ్యాక్ అవర్ ancestors, they used to worry, ఫుడ్ ఉంటుందా ఉండదా, వర్షం వస్తుందా రాదా. ఇప్పుడు ఫుడ్ అవైలబిలిటీ ఇస్ ఈజీ,
పర్వాలేదు, బాగానే ఉంది.
కోవిడ్ వచ్చింది కానీ అందరూ సూపర్ మార్కెట్కి వెళ్ళి స్టాక్ తీసుకున్నారు, 3 months స్టాక్
మంచిగానే
కదా. ఇప్పుడు అది లేదు. బట్ బిగ్గెస్ట్ ప్రాబ్లమ్ ఇస్ ద మైండ్. పీపుల్ ఆర్ హ్యావింగ్ యాంగ్జైటీ, డిప్రెషన్, ఇది అది. మోస్ట్
హెల్త్ అని కూడా చెప్పచ్చా?
Mental health.
మెంటల్ హెల్త్.
most problems are coming from the mind. So he spoke 2500 years back that yoga is the reducing the fluctuations of the mind. Fluctuations ante distractions.
ఓకే.
If you remove the distractions, the mind becomes calm, it becomes still. That is yoga.
సో మెంటల్ డిస్ట్రాక్షన్స్ని దూరం చేసేది యోగా.
Yes.
ఒక్కసారి మెంటల్ డిస్ట్రాక్షన్స్ దూరం అయితే దెన్ యు ఆర్ హెల్దీ.
Yes, mentally
That's
healthy.
what indirectly they're trying
You're
to
healthy
say.
from inside,
Exactly.
healthy from outside.
సో మనం ఇఫ్ వీఆర్ హెల్దీ ఫ్రమ్ ఇన్సైడ్ దెన్ మన ఫిజికల్ బాడీ కూడా హెల్దీగానే ఉంటుంది. సో దట్ వాస్ అ వెరీ బేసిక్ థింగ్ వాట్ హీ హ్యాస్ టోల్డ్.
Yes.
Okay.
Similarly, he has described a lot of things in detail. This is the main thing which he told in the beginning of the book.
యా, దో ఇట్ ఈస్ అ బేసిక్ బట్ దట్ ఈస్ అ కీ. వాట్ ఐ మీన్ టు సే ఇస్ దట్, అంటే అది ఒక్కటి, అంటే ఇన్ని ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసినా చెయ్యకపోయినా ఆయన చెప్పిన ఒక్క లైన్ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తే ఇట్ ఈస్ మోర్ దెన్ ఇనఫ్.
Yes.
వెన్ వీఆర్ కమింగ్ టు ద సౌత్ సైడ్, బేసికలీ మన శాస్త్రీయ నృత్యాలు వచ్చేటప్పటికి ఇట్ కుడ్ బి కూచిపూడి అండ్ భరతనాట్యం.
అవును.
I believe there is a lot of complementing or contemporaries kind of a thing with respect to yoga and dance అనుకుంటాను కదా. So are they dances are also from any kind of a yoga thing? How did this happen?
So if మీరు చూస్తే యోగా ఇంకా డాన్స్ ఎపిటోమ్ అంటే దేర్ గురు ఇస్ శివ. శివకి నటరాజ చెప్తాం కదా మనం.
Right.
And he's also yogi also, Shiva. So their source of yoga and dance is same. And యోగాలో ముద్రాస్ ఉంటాయి,
Yes.
డాన్స్లో కూడా చాలా
ముద్రాస్
ముద్రాస్ ఉంటాయి.
ఉంటాయి.
ఇంకా ఫ్లెక్సిబిలిటీ అవసరం. డాన్స్లో కూడా బ్యాక్ బెండ్స్ చేస్తారు, స్ప్లిట్స్ అవన్నీ
Splits
అవసరం.
చేస్తారు. Yeah.
Yes. So those who are doing dance, traditional classical dance form, they practice yoga asana as a stretching sequence. And to practice dance, to learn dance, to become good at it, you need to have a lot of self-discipline. And it is a kind of meditation, which is yoga. So they are obviously complementing each other. And for a yogi, dancing becomes easy because yogi is a flexible person. There's a lot of focus, concentration.
ఓకే. సో నా ఫస్ట్ కంప్లైంట్ అయితే ఫుడ్ కోసం ఉండే, దట్ యూ క్లారిఫైడ్ ఇట్. పర్వాలేదు, యూ కెన్ కంటిన్యూ అండ్ డూ ఇట్ అని. నా సెకండ్ కంప్లైంట్ ఏంటంటే, అంటే నేను ఎక్స్‌క్యూజెస్ ఇవ్వాలి కదా! జనరల్‌గా యోగా ఎందుకు నేర్చుకోవట్లేదు అని అంటే.
అవునవును.
దో యూ బీయింగ్ మై ఫ్రెండ్ ఫర్ దీస్ మెనీ ఇయర్స్ యూ కెన్ ఇమాజిన్ దట్ కి సెకండ్ కంప్లైంట్ ఏముంటుందంటే, యోగా ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసే వాళ్ళు కరెక్ట్‌గా టెన్షన్‌గా 7:30కి, 8 గంటలకి, 9 గంటలకి పడుకొని పోతారు. అరే మై లైఫ్ స్టైల్ విల్ నాట్ సపోర్ట్ ఇట్ రే. ఐ మీన్ నాకసలు డే అప్పుడే స్టార్ట్ అవుతది చెప్పాలి అనంటే. యూనో అని అనుకోవచ్చు కదా!
అవును.
అంటే ద మొమెంట్ వెన్ యూ స్టార్ట్ లెర్నింగ్ యోగా ఐ do I really have to become a saint who's going and sleeping at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock? Is it really necessary?
See, if you're doing yoga for your physical body,
Again, the same clause
same,
applies.
same. See, yoga, if you look at the traditional books, they have a guideline. ఎప్పుడు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయాలి? బ్రహ్మ ముహూర్త్. బ్రహ్మ ముహూర్త్ తెలుసా మీకు?
అవును తెలుసు.
పెళ్ళిళ్ళు
3:30
కూడా
నుంచి.
అవుతాయి అప్పుడు.
యాహ్!
Yes.
మా సౌత్ ఇండియన్ పెళ్ళిళ్ళే అవుతాయి. నార్త్ ఇండియన్ పెళ్ళిళ్ళు కూడా
అవుతాయి.
అవుతాయా? అవుతాయా బ్రహ్మముహూర్తంలో? ఓకే. వండర్‌ఫుల్. ఓకే.
జనాలు పండుకోరు.
లేచే
అప్పుడు.
ఉంటారు బ్రహ్మముహూర్తంలో. ఓకే. యాహ్! రైట్. ఇన్‌ఫాక్ట్ ఐ వేక్ అప్ డ్యూరింగ్ ద బ్రహ్మముహూర్త అంటే 3:30 నుంచి 5:30 లోపల ఎనీ హాఫ్ ఎన్ అవర్ ఇస్ మై టైమ్.
Yes.
ఐ మీన్ అదేదో అలా అనుకుని జరగలేదు.
అవును.
మై బయాలజికల్ క్లాక్ ఇస్ సెట్ యాజ్ సచ్ దట్ ఐయామ్ జస్ట్ అవేక్. ఐ వేక్ అప్ అట్‌లీస్ట్ ఫర్ హాఫ్ ఎన్ అవర్ అన్నమాట.
Yeah. Deep inside you, you have a yogi who is making you wake up.
Probably one fine day, I will also become sudden kind of a,
Yeah.
yoga teacher or
And
evro
maybe
okalo.
I'll be interviewing you.
Oh, thank you so much.
So yes, that is a very important thing you have brought out. A lot of people get scared. Yoga ante I'll have to wake up early. ఎందుకంటే చాలా మంది ఇప్పుడు especially when we have the social media and this phone thing, before that people would sleep off early. ఇప్పుడైతే రాత్రి full night you have everything open. You have, if you are hungry at 2 o'clock in the night, you have ramki bandi, you have food. You can book a taxi. Everything is.
అది కూడా అక్కర్లేదు. హాయిగా నా మంచం మీద కూర్చొని ఆర్డర్ చేసుకుంటే నా ఇంటి దగ్గరకు వస్తుంది.
అవును.
Yeah.
I don't use food delivery apps. So I don't know till what
Arey,
time.
you stop eating at 8 o'clock, right? So what app you will use?
I eat my dinner at 6.
అవునా?
అవును.
6 o'clock కి డిన్నర్ అయిపోతుందా?
6 o'clock అయిపోతుంది. Jains కదా. And it's easy.
Okay.
For me transitioning was easy.
Somewhere మీ లైఫ్ స్టైల్‌కి అండ్ ద ప్రాక్టీసెస్
Yoga.
మీ ఇంటి ప్రాక్టీసెస్‌కి అండ్ వాట్ యూ హ్యావ్ ఆప్టెడ్ బాగా మ్యాచ్ అయింది కనుక ఇట్ వాజ్ నాట్ ఎన్
Sudden shift.
సడన్ షిఫ్ట్ అయితే కాదు. ఫర్ యూ ఇట్ వాజ్ ఓకే.
Yes, yes.
ప్రాబబ్లీ రిజెక్షన్స్ వచ్చుంటాయి. ఏంటి బిజినెస్ చేస్తాడా అనుకుంటే ఈయనేంటి యోగా అక్కడ నుంచి ఎక్కడికి వెళ్ళిపోతాడు, హిమాలయాలకు వెళ్ళిపోతాడా?
అవును. మీరు మార్వాడి పేరు వింటే బిజినెస్
కదా?
యూ కోరిలేట్.
యా వి కోరిలేటెడ్.
Yes, I'm the first yoga teacher in my whole big community of Marwadi Jains. And I also think in the extended community also, and somebody who took risk. And coming to the first question about waking up early. So if you're doing this for your health, and if you have a lifestyle, as in if your work is not demanding that you can, permitting that you can sleep on time, if you're coming back from office at 10, you have a late shift, 10 o'clock vastunar meeru, then I would not say that you wake up early.
Okay.
You cannot,
Okay.
right? You can't leave your job. So you will wake up as per your convenience, right? But you can still practice yoga. If you're doing for your physical body, you can still practice. But if there is a possibility that you can sleep early, wake up early, then why not? Maybe once in a week you can have a cheat day.
Right.
If you feel that you're missing out on your socializing, on your friends, you can always sleep late once a week.
Okay.
Yes. Even I do sometimes. My friends, they stopped inviting me to places because they would call me at 9 in the night, and I would say this is my sleeping time, and their enjoying time will start then.
అసలు ఆ గ్రూప్ లోంచి తీసేసి ఉంటారేమో. దేర్ ఇస్ నో పాయింట్ ఇన్ కాలింగ్ దిస్ మ్యాన్ అనేసని.
Yeah.
అంటే చాలాసార్లు భయం వేస్తుంది. అంటే ఎలా అంటే సమ్ పీపుల్ ర్యాండమ్గా మనం కలిసినప్పుడు అరే ఐఎమ్ నాట్ టేకింగ్ షుగర్ దీస్ డేస్ ఆర్ ఐఎమ్ నాట్ టేకింగ్ మిల్క్ దీస్ డేస్, ఐఎమ్ ఇన్ టు వీగన్, మై మాస్టర్ టోల్ మీ దిస్. లైక్ ఇంకా అప్పుడు ఏంటంటే మేము పాపులమా, మేము తప్పుగా పుట్టామా, ఐ మీన్ దెర్ ఇస్ ఆల్వేస్ ఇన్నర్ క్రాస్ చెక్ అంటూ ఉంటుంది కదా.
Yeah.
ప్రాబబ్లీ their intention is not to make us feel insecure, but subconsciously మాకు వచ్చేస్తుంది అనమాట. Then I thought, okay, I should really find out some yoga teacher or some practitioner అని. Then luckily now you are in city కనుక I could get hold you and I can ask you these questions అనమాట.
Yeah.
So technically either with respect to the food or sleeping or whatever it is, they can choose accordingly, but still they can practice yoga, the physical one. That's what you say.
Yes, yes.
Good. Now, coming to with respect to limbs, right? Boss, I'm too lazy, boss. And I cannot do all that limb exercises, bending, putting the neck in front of the, in between the legs and all that stuff. Come on, I cannot do it. I know nobody can do it. Day one ఎవరు చేసేలేరు. కానీ అవన్నీ చాలా కష్టం సుశీల్. సో అవన్నీ చూస్తుంటే భయం వేస్తూ ఉంటుంది. ఆ యోగా ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసే ప్రతి ఒక్కరు కూడా అవి చేయాలా?
No.
అవసరం లేదు.
So let me break a myth that whatever you see on social media, that is for marketing. ఇప్పుడు మీరు అడ్వర్టైజ్మెంట్ చూస్తారు, people will say that you drink this health drink and you will become taller and all that. Right. So that is for marketing. We post things because people want to see those flexible people doing crazy things, just to attract people, right? Or just to show you that what is possible by a human body. But for common people, it is not necessary that you have to bring your head behind your head, bring your leg behind your head. Your leg will stay down. It's healthy to stay down.
Okay.
A lot of yoga people, they have actually injured themselves doing yoga by putting themselves into all these flexible and dangerous position. So this is not necessary. Nobody said, Patanjali did not say that you have to go upside down or you have to bring your legs behind your head. All that is not needed. You can do basic foundational things in yoga and you can still become a healthy person. The most important things which will benefit you in the asana are the basic poses. Rest all is for marketing, rest all is for your ego. Even I do that sometimes because that is the irony. If I post simple things, nobody will watch. If I put complicated things, they will watch, they'll comment, and then more people will see you and you get your clients. That's how you get your clients.
Right.
But once you have your base, your client base, people don't come from social media anymore. They're coming from word of mouth that this person is a good teacher, and then you can go to him or her for your yoga class.
And apart from that, వాళ్ళు ఏదో ఒక బెనిఫిట్స్ చూసి ఉండాలి. అంటే కమింగ్ టు యువర్ క్లాస్ ఐదర్ హెల్త్ వైజ్గా కానీ లేకపోతే డిసిప్లిన్ వైజ్గా కానీ ఇంకో వైజ్గా కానీ వాళ్ళు ఏదో ఒక చేంజెస్, పాజిటివ్ చేంజెస్ చూసి ఉంటేనే దే విల్ బీ పబ్లిసైజింగ్ అబౌట్ అస్ ఆర్ టెల్లింగ్ అబౌట్ అస్ కదా.
Yes, yes. If you want to become flexible, you want to become like a rubber, don't do yoga. Go to gymnastics class.
Exactly. అంటే these days I find gymnastics in everything. Even in an Indian classical dances, I'm finding gymnastics. In yoga, I'm finding gymnastics. Thank God in the Carnatic and the Hindustani music, the gymnastics has not yet come. Probably there will be someday wherein all we will be having the chocolate momo kind of a thing. Even they will try to.
Or a dosa ice cream.
Exactly, the pizza dosas and all that stuff. Did you ever taste them by any chance? I'm out of curious.
I tasted pizza dosa.
Is it? Okay.
But I like our humble masala dosa.
Okay. Yes. So still you do అంటే రెగ్యులర్ లైఫ్ లోని ఇలాంటి చిన్న చిన్న ఎక్స్పెరిమెంటల్ కూడా you keep doing it.
You must have seen my aerial yoga video. You came to my
class.
Oh
yeah. Aerial, I will definitely come to that. Can you please tell us what is this aerial yoga here? I was so fascinated and I came for that, but can you please explain something about the aerial yoga for our people?
Yes. So a lot of people get scared, and they also tell me, a lot of people, those who are into traditional yoga,
I have vertigo, but still I've done that. Yes. Trust me.
Yeah. So a lot of these yoga police, I would say, those who are into traditional yoga, they bashed me. They said, this is not yoga. I said, no, this is not yoga. I agree. This is not yoga, but then this is fun. People come to aerial yoga classes to have fun.
Okay.
And it is a healthy fun. They are stretching their body, they're going upside down, they're getting rid of fear. I'm tall, I'm 6'2", but then I'm scared of heights.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I look strong and tall, and but I'm scared of heights. And I started practicing aerial yoga because I realized that it is helping me to let go of my fear.
Oh.
Yes. So those who are scared of falling, those who are scared of going upside down, those who want to have fun, aerial yoga is amazing.
I always, fall down from heights during my sleep.
You have the scare. You are scared of that.
Yeah, I
You have
mean,
nightmares.
yeah. So
Yeah.
in my dreams, I always fall from,
Yes.
and majority of the times I fall from bed down. So I have that scale, like, falling from heights and all.
Yes.
That is the reason I thought, okay, when you told me, like, it will help us with respect to this aerial yoga, you can try it, and probably it is really going to help you. And
Yes.
that's when I thought, okay, let me choose this.
Yes.
So you did overcome that falling from, I mean, that heights kind of a phobia and all by practicing that aerial
Yes,
yoga.
I did. And so when you climb on the aerial hammock and then you're doing a flip, you have to trust. You have to have a blind trust. Of course, there's a technique, but you need to have a trust that everything will be fine. Yes, that has helped me. I travel to the mountains now. I still have a little fear. It will not go at once, it's a journey, but the fear is less now. And also, when I see a lot of people, they feel that they're not enough, or they feel that they can't do this, and then once they come to the class and then they realize they can do this. I have people who are above 60, they come to aerial class
Oh,
and they practice, and then they go back with such a big smile and so much of self confidence and so much of self awareness that they can do it, that they are not old enough to do something new. So this is a different feeling altogether. And then there are a lot of people who judge. They say this is not yoga. Of course, this is not yoga. Yoga is union, yoga is meditation. But then this is something which is harmless. You're not creating any harm, you're not killing anybody, you're not killing yourself. So why not?
in your case, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe that yoga has chosen you,
Yeah, of course.
and you became a full-time professional yoga professional. It might happen with some people, but not with everyone. Now, someone who's doing the certification kind of a course, or these days there are many yoga courses, and like how you do the trainer are already the yoga teachers whom you will be training. But before that, getting into the training thing, what the certification courses they will do, will that be a good livelihood, or will that be a good path for them to revenue kind of a thing? What are your key points or inputs with respect to that?
So, an advice for all those who want to become yoga teachers or who are new. So, when you choose something, some offbeat career like yoga or even media, you need to have a passion for it. If you want to become a yoga teacher, you need to have love for yoga. Some people do because they think that, okay, I'm flexible, I'll become a yoga teacher, I'll make money.
Okay.
But they don't have that zeal to help people, they don't have that patience, and they just want to do that because they think yoga has good money. If you're coming into yoga with that intention that you will make a lot of money, you might make a lot of money, you might not make a lot of money. But if you have that passion, whether you make money, you don't make money, you're still practicing, you're still doing yoga because it is coming from your heart. If there are a lot of people, and there are a lot of yoga centers which have come up now, especially in the big cities, which promote that you become yoga teacher and you earn 1 lakh per month, you earn 2 lakh per month. They're selling a dream to people. And people who are not having good careers, or those who are not good at studies, they think, okay, let's do yoga. What is there? I'll just have to do two, three poses, and I'm naturally flexible. I will make a lot of money. Those people, they become yoga teacher, and then they don't become good teachers because it is not coming from within them. They are superficially teaching that, just like a PT. I'm not saying that PT teacher is doing a bad job, but then yoga is much beyond that. It's not just counting 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not
Yes.
just making somebody do touch the hands to the feet. It's much beyond that. As a yoga teacher, you have a lot of responsibility. People come to you with a lot of trust. They share their weaker side. A lot of people come to yoga because they have anxiety, depression, they have issues in the body, in the mind. As a yoga teacher, you need to be well equipped, prepared, and a lot of preparation goes in. These days, I also teach 1 month courses, but 1 month courses are not enough. Before the course, after the course, a lot of work goes on. I have done my first course in 2008, but still I feel that I don't know enough. I still do courses, I still keep learning new things, because once you stop learning, you'll get bored.
Right.
You'll become a stagnant person.
Right.
Your career will become stagnant. You'll keep teaching the same thing. You're not upgrading yourself, and you will feel that you know everything. You're the supreme guru. Yes, ego will come.
And at the same time, in fact, at times the yoga teacher or the faculty must be aware that, where their line ends and when they have to actually refer the person to a medical, examination or medical support. Ki
Yes.
boss, you are not in my limitation, you are beyond that. So go and seek some medical help and then come back to me.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So, did that ever happen to you where, actually you felt, okay, this is beyond my thing and I have asked people to go over there?
Yes, of course. So, as a good yoga teacher is one who will believe that he or she is not the ultimate person, or he or she is not a god.
Yes.
If you see on social media, you'll have a lot of people saying that I can cure cancer with yoga, I can cure this with yoga. Then why lakhs of crores of people are dying with cancer? Why was there COVID? Why didn't they go and cure people from COVID? These people just want to make money, or they want to become successful, so they become God, or they become doctors. Doctors study for 6 years, 8 years, and they keep studying all their lives. Some of my yoga students are doctors, so I know. So I refer, if somebody is coming with an acute condition, for example, somebody has slip disc, I will tell them go to a doctor, get your test done, and if the doctor advises you take the help of yoga, then I can help him or her. Yes, I will tell what is good for them, what is best for them. But there are a lot of yoga teachers with half knowledge, with closed knowledge. They think that yoga is everything. They'll say that gym is bad, this is bad, this is bad, you should not do this, you should not do this. They are like the horses having this thing on the side of their eyes. They're not
Right.
looking at the bigger picture.
Right.
So this is a very bad thing, and you should never go to such a teacher. I know a lot of people, yoga teachers, they say that I can cure cancer, I can cure this. They cannot lose their own weight. They cannot cure on themselves, and they're saying that they will cure the world. They're just bullshitting. I'm sorry to use this
Yeah. Got it.
unconstitutional language, but this is very much, it boils me up. This is
And
not right.
given a chance, yoga speaks more about liberty than a conservativeness. That's
Yeah,
what.
yeah.
So one really has to be more liberal towards it.
Yes.
Now, as a layman, there are so many things happening. There's so much of a marketing which is happening. As a layman, for me, it is very difficult to understand. अरे यार करूँ तो क्या करूँ, जाऊँ तो कहाँ पे जाऊँ? Whom to choose it?
Yes.
So, are there any tips for any layman to choose their best yoga teacher or an instructor? Are there any tips like to identify the good yoga teacher?
Yeah. So there are a lot of good yoga teachers.
I agree.
Yes, I will say how to identify them.
Yes.
First thing is, if you are new to yoga, now you have online also. I would say go to a studio, because people do online, but online what happens? If you're doing one-on-one online, that is good, or if it's a small group, it's good. But if you have time, if you have resources, go to a studio, because you have a community there.
Nearby to their
Yes.
place. Okay.
You have a community there, you go out, step out, there's a change of mind, change of atmosphere. You meet a lot of like-minded people. So there are a lot of positivity, a lot of energy which you receive from those people, a lot of motivation you receive. And what teacher you need to choose? A teacher which doesn't speak much, but the teacher which delivers much. You go to a teacher and the teacher says, I'll cure you, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'm this, I'm this, I've taught this. So the teacher who speaks a lot for themselves, I would say that that's a red signal, right? So first do a class, trial class, and see how the teacher is. A good teacher should not be partial. A lot of teachers are partial. Somebody who does good asanas, they will take care of them. Somebody doesn't do good, they will abuse them. They will, physical abuse is no longer there.
I know.
Few years back, like just in the school, teachers beat you with the stick. Yoga teachers also beat you with stick. Again, they're creating more trauma. They're trying to heal you, but then you're developing another trauma. The teacher should not be partial. The teacher should not compare. Yoga teacher should not compare. Teacher should not give you promises like I will help you lose your weight in 1 month, this much of weight. There are no promises. because a good teacher understands that everybody is different, everybody's healing journey is different, everybody's background is different. A lot of healing happens in the mind. So to rewire the mind, to change the mind, it takes a lot of time. So somebody who is humble, down to earth, go do a trial class and then decide what is good for you.
Okay. I know you're traveling from Goa and also Vietnam, etc., Bali, and all these places to train the trainer program. I understand that. But I just wanted to understand, because from you I got it more information about Dharmashala because I used to watch your lives and all.
Yeah.
Given a chance, probably when I don't know, out of blue, when people used to ask me, where would you like to get retired? What will you do during the time? I said, I'll be going to Dharmashala. I said, Dharmashala, where is it? I said, one of my friend is actually doing some yogas and everything over there. I fell in love with that place, so probably I'll be going over there. Can you please let us know what is this Dharmashala secret is? I know it is no more a secret these days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
these days there's nothing secret because every location is tagged, every place is misused, abused. When human beings like something a lot, you want to own that and you misuse. So Dharamshala happened in 2017-18 when I was in Goa, and that school yoga center which I was working with, they had their center in Dharamshala also, and luckily I happened to teach there also, and I would go there not as a tourist. Of course, in the beginning I went as a tourist, but I would stay there. So I was living there, and then the Himalayas, the energy there is different. The energy you feel there, the pranayama, the asana which you do, meditation, you're in a constant state of meditation.
Are you secured over there? I mean, though at times people will go alone and they spend because quite sometimes I've seen you going and practicing all alone and all. Is it really secured over there?
It's safe.
It's safe.
Yeah, of course you're going deep into the wild. You have some wild animals.
Hmm.
You have monkeys. You
Oh,
have bears. You also have leopards and stuff. But then it's pretty safe. The mountain people, the local people, are very friendly. They're very sweet, and also there are a lot of Buddhists in the Himalayas. They're also very meditative. They're very friendly, and also whoever is coming there are friendly. There are a lot of people who come there and they're doing. They're coming drinking. They're throwing the beer bottles or the wine, whatever they're drinking. They're creating a big mess. Of course, there are such people also, but then you will always find like-minded people who are peaceful like you and who are on the path of healing and the path of spirituality. And I would suggest everybody to visit the mountains, stay there.
and
But
there's still sanity is existing over there.
yes, of course,
Not about the cleanliness, what we are talking about, but when you go and when you want to do practice and do something like that, it is still
of course, it's
existing.
getting more crowded because there's more demand
Okay.
and there's more supply. So there's more construction happening, and a lot of construction is not eco-friendly. And that's why you hear a lot of landslides, a lot of flooding, because they're constructing things on the river stream or small
That's happening in
water
Rishikesh,
streams.
even in Dharmashala also.
Rishikesh, Himachal, everywhere,
Okay.
Goa, everywhere it's happening. I would just say people who are visiting there, I would not stop you. I cannot stop you. I'm nobody to stop you. But then I'm just saying that when you go there, become one amongst those people. Don't be a tourist and create trash, create mess. Adopt the local lifestyle, eat the local food, whatever they are offering. You don't have to buy chips or drink in water bottles. The water which you get in the Himalayas, it's coming from the glaciers, natural water with a lot of minerals. You don't have to buy the plastic bottles.
You tasted that water?
It's fresh. It is so good.
Okay.
You don't even have to filter. It's so clean and it's fresh. And if you take a dip in one of the natural pools, it's freezing. But once you take a dip and you are so fresh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, see, one thing when we talk about yoga and all, it's a never-ending topic.
Yes.
But the last, before I conclude it, I just wanted to understand, was there any time when you actually regretted, I mean, coming into this kind of in field where yoga and all, probably, were there any critical situation or any kind of scene where actually you asked yourself or tell yourself, "Ki, no, yaar, I'm not in the right place"?
Mm, there were some thoughts in the beginning when I was not making a lot of money where I could save, and
Oh,
there
in the
was
initial
there was
days.
always comparisons. So initially, my parents were not happy. Especially my father is like, "What are you earning? How much you're earning, and what will you save money, and what will you do in the future?" And also, uh, I did MBA, so they were my batchmates who were making like 5 times more money than I was making, and I had to cut down my expenses. There were times when I would like when I moved to Goa, my salary was not a lot, but I cut down on things. I would not eat out. I eat in the yoga center where they were making food. I would eat out very less. I would not hire a scooter there. I would take a bicycle and go around so that I save money on my petrol, on hiring the scooter. But then it made me stronger. It made me adaptable to any situation. Now, if I don't have work for 1 year, I can still live with the money I saved. And I live happily because now I'm not dependent on luxuries in my life. I can live in a small room with basic dal chawal. I don't eat fancy food. Of course, when you're in Goa, when you're in Bali, you go to these vegan places and you have these fancy food, avocado and these smoothie bowls, acai bowls, all that fancy things. But then I'm not addicted to them. I I love Indian food, idli dosa, dal chawal, roti sabzi, and some Rajasthani food. That's it.
And any last message for your upcoming students or existing students through this podcast?
I would say that don't follow the social media. Social media will show you very nice, rosy pictures about the journey of yoga teachers. Initially, you'll have to work hard. But if you're starting this journey because you want to connect with people, you want to heal yourself, you want to heal others, or facilitate the healing in others' lives, stay on this path, work hard, be consistent, stay strong. People will pull you down, and people from the same yoga community, they might be jealous of you, they might want to pull you down. You might not get support from your parents, from your friends. The people who supported me through my journey, they were strangers.
Oh,
Yes. Family, friends, they wanted free classes. Yeah. I gave free classes also. I still give free classes. If you cannot afford it, of course, you can avail those free classes. I would just say that stay consistent, stay strong. You are on the right path. And if you are just coming into this path because it feels fancy, then you will not stay in this path for a long time. You will get tired. You will go back to where you came from. Whatever path you choose, yoga, anything, any career, do it with your heart and work hard. Success will come. Don't run after success. Success will run after you. Money will run after you. Don't chase Lakshmi. सरस्वती पे ध्यान दीजिए, लक्ष्मी आ जाएगी.
exactly. Saraswati pe dhyan dijiye, Lakshmi aa jayegi. And Sushil, thank you very much for the time, because you were spending very little time in Hyderabad. In spite of that, my frequent few
Yeah.
follow-ups, you just
Yes,
have come
people
down
are
to do
always
this.
asking me, where are you?
So
But these 3 months I'm in Hyderabad. And
yeah. So we had an intention to do a Telugu podcast, but eventually I just want you to make you more comfortable.
yeah.
Right.
But I'm looking forward to a Telugu one.
Definitely.
I'll-
The more you practice the Telugu, next time we'll be doing a Telugu
Sare.
podcast. సరే అని తప్పకుండానా?
Sorry.
ఇవన్నీ బాగానే వచ్చేస్తాయి.
But yeah, I think it will also turn
See,
out into a laughter podcast.
the
We're listening to
intention
my
was,
Telugu.
the main essence of the message should not go waste. So that's the
Yes.
reason I thought, let it be a bit serious and let it be your comfort way.
Yeah.
Okay. But next time we are promising everyone that we'll be doing a Telugu podcast. By the time, please,
Sorry.
a little bit of a
ఖచ్చితంగా
Telugu.
చేద్దాం.
ఖచ్చితంగా చేద్దాం.
అవును.
Thank you so much for your time.
నా తెలంగాణ మార్వాడి తెలుగు.
Thank you very much, and good to see you here.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Namaste.
Namaste.